Okay, so here's a tutorial on how to edit your sound file. So you've got this tutorial on how to convert your sound file into an MP3 file. So now I'd like you to open Prot, double click on Prot, this little thingy there. I'll create another tutorial on how to download Prot, but now let's focus on editing your sound file. So click on Open, Read From File, and find your file. Ta-da-da! Yes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on with a copy. I'm not going to use the original file, never. So what I do is actually I'm just going to create a little copy here as well, just in case. Copy, and I've got the copy just in case. That's it. View and edit. I've got 2 lines here, which means I've got a stereo file. I don't want that. I want to have a mono sound file because it's easier to work with. So here it is. You open it, view and edit. Now if you want to navigate through the sound file, you can zoom in or zoom out, yeah. To play a specific section of your sound file, just click and drag and then press Tab. Tab is the key next to the A letter or the Q letter if you have a QWERTY keyboard.
Typhoon, Chapter 2. Typhoon, Chapter 2.
Okay, so I would like to cut out a section from this bit there. When you read, make sure that if you're not happy with a section, don't wait until the end to redo it. Just redo it straight away. So I wasn't happy with the first title.
Typhoon, Chapter 2. Typhoon, Chapter 2.
So either you choose the one that has a lot more energy, but is...
Typhoon, Chapter 2. Typhoon, Chapter 2.
I don't know, one has more energy, maybe sounds a little bit more like me, so I'm going to get rid of the one that has less energy. That's it. So what you do when you get rid of it, you click on Control X, and you've deleted this bit. So let's try again.
Typhoon, Chapter 2. Observing the steady fall.
Clack. Okay, so there's a little bit of noise here. I'm going to remove it. Control X, and that's it. Looks neat.
2. Observe.
Do not remove the breathing parts because you're not doing something professional. But if you want, you can actually remove that. So I'll do a little tutorial. For example, this one. There's a little tick, so you can just select it and just remove it.
Captain.
Etc. One section I would delete is one section which is discriminatory against people from Asia. So I don't want to keep that. I don't want to be heard saying it. So I'm just going to remove it.
But he had answered he remembered nothing of it. He was, however, conscious of being made uncomfortable by the clammy heat. He came out on the bridge and found no relief to this oppression. The air seemed thick. He gasped like a fish and began to believe himself greatly out of sorts. The Nanshan was ploughing a vanishing furrow upon the circle of the sea that at the surface and the shimmer of an undulating piece of grey silk. The sun, pale and
nearly there, I think.
Poured down leaden heat in a strangely indecisive light, and the Chinamen were lying prostrate.
Okay, so I need to correct myself there. Prostrate.
And the Chinamen were lying prostrate about the decks. And the Chinamen were lying prostrate
so
about
see,
the decks.
I repeat the whole sentence. Whenever I make a mistake, I repeat the whole sentence straight away, and then I can just easily delete it.
And the Chinamen were lying
the section I don't want to.
About the decks.
Okay.
Their bloodless, pinched, yellow faces were like the faces of bilious invalids.
So I don't like this sentence at all. I find it's, slightly racist. So, but not even just racist. I don't know if it's because they lack, vitamins on the boat. This happened a lot, and with the clammy heat, it's not easy. People might not look at their best. But I think this might also be referring to the colours of their skin, so I'm not really comfortable with this bit. I'm going to just delete it because I don't abide by it.
Captain McWhirr noticed two of them especially stretched out on their backs below
Okay,
them.
and then the rest is fine. Then you can just clean it a little bit.
As soon as they had closed their eyes, they seemed dead.
Okay.
3 others, however, were quarrelling barbarously a way forward. And one big fellow, half naked with Herculean shoulders, was hanging limply over a winch. Another sitting on the deck.
Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that's it. And the end is, you've got a little noise here. I'm going to remove the noise. Double check.
The smoke struggled with difficulty out of the funnel, and instead of streaming away, spread itself out like an infernal sort of cloud, smelling of sulphur and raining soot all over the decks.
So I think if you want to have like something that looks super neat and tidy, then do this for you. But then if you have a learner and you want to analyze everything, so if they correct themselves, so for example, some of the readers that some of the lectors said Leiden or Leiden heat instead of leaden heat, so we double checked together afterwards, but it was too late. So and they sometimes hesitated between seamen and seamen. So, and we double checked and both are okay. So sometimes disfluences are actually really interesting. So I'd say for your learners, when you analyze their speech, their progression, just keep it raw. But if unless you have a lot of talking on the back and it's not relevant to your study, don't use it. Just cut it out. But otherwise, just leave it as such. But if it's your recording, you want to sound at your best, then do what I'm doing right now. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to close it. In there, it contains all the modifications that I've made. So please click here and then save as WAV file. And then what I did was, edited, so I rename it, edited 0.5, 0.2, and that's, make sure that you put edited, make sure that you put the date, and then if you want to go back to a previous version of your editing, then that's much easier to know, which file is which. That's it. Thank you very much.